Today, we're going to take a look at a report on flower from Hedge. Flower being the dominant category in every market. It's not surprising. It's the least processed form of cannabis and therefore often considered the most affordable product format. It's also the most versatile form of cannabis. Consumers use it in a variety of different ways, whether it's simple smoke, vape, or used as an ingredient in some homemade edibles. On the other hand, flower is also the most susceptible category to commoditization and price compression. We're seeing a tendency for flower market share to start high in new markets and then decrease over time as the market matures. So in this report, we're going to dive deep into the flower category's performance, examine changes in the market share over time, the segments, pricing, demographics, and a lot more, all coming up.
It's only entertainment.
Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, capital markets analyst and host of your Cannabis Business Podcast.
Flower's always been dominant, both in the US and Canada, as the flower capturing roughly twice as many sales as the next highest grossing category, which are pre-rolls in Canada and vape pens in the US. So we're going to take a look at how market share has evolved over time. Flower being the dominant category in both markets in the US and Canada, declining over time. So in Canada, flower market share has been dropping fairly steadily since the early beginning of 1.0. And in the US, market shares surged in the pandemic, but then dropped steadily in early 2021, with market share now even lower than pre-pandemic levels. Breaking that down by individual areas, whether that's a state or province, you can see that Ontario at 47% sees a significantly higher portion of total sales than other Canadian provinces. And in the US, there's an even wider distribution of flower market share, with California at 37% and Colorado 38%. And then at the low end, Maryland, 47%, Michigan 48% at the high end. So that's a different picture for flower. Nevada, the highest market share for flower at 56%. Whereas you fast forward a year between that report last year and now, it's at 46. So it's dropped 10%. So everyone is dropping, and probably see that again down to like 40%. Comparing Canada and the US, hybrid products are the most popular in both countries. Indica flower, a lot more popular than sativa in Canada, while the two are closer to the sales in the US. Popcorn flower segments contribute to a significant portion of sales in the US, but have not yet caught on in Canada, because Canadians don't like cheap stuff. They really like their high quality, whereas in the US, maybe we consume more. And so we're going to settle for less quality, or I don't know. I'm really sure. I know that in Canada, they're very picky versus the US. Look at the way we consume our food. I think you should say everything about it. We don't really care, but I think we just consume a lot. That's what I'm guessing. You see ground flower raising in popularity, but not so much. What is ground flower? Oh, shake. Yeah. When Canadians like their ground flower, maybe they want to roll their pre-roll or something. Yeah, people in the US do not want to see ground flower, not at all. I'm not going to tell the full story. I will just tell you that I know from personal experiences that in Japan, they will pay you $5,000, or they did want to pay you $5,000 for an ounce of flower. But if it was ground, they would pay you like 10%, maybe $500, if that. So yeah, ground flower is not a real popular thing. Average price of flower in the US and Canada. Kind of see flower market share. So the average equalize or EQ price, that's the average price per gram that consumers pay for flower. We can see the average price dropping in both the US and Canada. And so in Canada, the price was dropping steadily through 2021 and declined in pace with the US. So total price of flower dropped 22%. In Canada, the average price dropped 17% during the same time. So significant price decrease. Who's buying? Let's take a look at demographics in terms of wallet share by demographic group and who's buying all of that. Different consumers obviously shop for cannabis and shop differently. So when we analyze that, we could see that the wallet share for flower and the demographics who are buying that by age and gender in the US and Canada, we could see that within each age group, male consumers spend more on flower than females, and baby boomers spend the most. That's followed by millennials. In Canada, Gen Z consumers spend only slightly more than a third of the total cannabis wallet on flower. Packaging size is interesting. I like to buy ounces. Some people like to buy grams. When you look at packaging sizes in Canada, the market has a sizable portion of sales to the half ounce package size, 15 grams. That's not really a half ounce, but for some reason they sell 15-gram package sizes up there. In the US, the half ounce package size has always been 14 grams, not 15. Makes sense. Maybe they just like to give you an extra gram up in Canada because they're so nice. The unit volume has declined, I guess. So there's been more sporadic sales to the full ounce package size up in Canada. But all in all, flower still popular, although declining a little bit, and probably will drop to that 40% range. So likely to kind of see flower dominate its form factor for consumers, branching out into pre-rolls and other product categories. But consumers are trying new things. They're going to find what works for them. They're going to find what cultivar works for them. And flower might just be something that they like at home in the end, or maybe just 40% of the time. But Headset is going to have some reports. We're going to follow up. You're just going to have to come back to the Talking Hedge and find out.
With that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't, and I'm out. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out and check out these other videos that we've got.